welcome to the graduation ceremonies of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Please remain standing as James Bennett leads us in our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your mortarboards, and ladies may do so if you wish.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. At this time, I would ask that you silence your cell phones, please. We have much to celebrate, and we want to hear from our students. Welcome to this very special occasion for students, faculty, family, and friends. I would like to recognize honored guests who are present this evening. As I introduce our platform guests, kindly hold your applause until all have been introduced. Ms. Deborah Edmonds, Chair of our West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Directors. Sherry Golson, Faculty Representative. And Mayor Gayle Kaler, our speaker this evening. Other platform guests, Dr. Tina Payne, Vice President, Academic Affairs. Dr. Belinda Dalton Russell, Vice President, Student Affairs, Roy Henley, our student speaker, and Kevin Quinn, our student speaker. Special guests in the audience this evening with the Paducah Junior College Board of Trustees, Mr. Ken Wheeler, and with the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Directors, Mr. Larry Kelly. This past year, the college has once again received national acclaim by being recognized as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation, the second consecutive year by the Aspen Institute. So this is excellent for us, a great time to celebrate because it is all about our students, our faculty, and our staff, and our community that has brought us to this point. At this time, I would like to bring to the podium Deborah Edmonds, Chair of our WKCTC Board of Directors, to introduce our student speakers.
Thank you, Dr. Veazey. Congratulations to the graduates, your family, and friends. You are graduating tonight from one of the top community colleges in the nation. You should be very proud of yourselves, and we are certainly very proud of you also. Our first speaker is Mr. Roy Henley. Roy is a resident of Graves County and is graduating with an associate's degree in art with high distinction. Roy plans to transfer to Murray State University to pursue a teaching degree. Roy Henley.
Saludos, and thank you for such a warm welcome. My name is Roy Henley, and I am very honored and humbled to have this opportunity to speak to you this evening. Now, I know that many of you who have seen me around campus are probably surprised to learn that I am, in fact, a fellow student and not a faculty member, although my advanced age and good looks would rank me among such professors as Britton Shirley, David Nickel, Gerald Watkins, and Barry Craig. The reality is, like you, I have come to the end of my journey as a student here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. My journey began 2 years ago in July of 2011, when after 13 years as a tire builder at the Goodyear Tire Factory in Union City, Tennessee, I was faced with an uncertain future after the plant shut its doors. This action put over 2,000 of my fellow employees out of a job. A small number of them are sitting in this room tonight, and I hope to give voice to your accomplishments. Like my buddy Joe Clymer, we carpooled together for years, back and forth to work from our homes in Mayfield. And tonight, Joe is a certified electrician, equipped with knowledge and training, and prepared for his new career because of his experience here at WKCTC. Congratulations, Joe. I'm very proud of you. For me, I had never lost a job before, never been unemployed, had always been able to provide for my wife and 5 children with nothing more than a high school diploma, a firm grasp of common sense, veteran combat experience with the 101st Airborne out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and a strong work ethic instilled by my dad, himself a combat veteran of 2 wars. But these are different times that we live in, and I joke that to be the dog catcher nowadays, you have to have an associate's degree. Now that's no disservice to the dog catcher, but it speaks to the importance of continuing your education beyond high school. My college experience has been an interesting one, to say the least. It began with much trepidation and anxiety, and I'm sure many of you had similar emotions. My wife, Laura, for years had encouraged me to continue my education, believing I would do well, but I struggled through high school and felt like college would just be too hard. I soon realized, however, that losing my job, though difficult and uncertain, was a blessing, affording me the opportunity to pursue a career that I had dreamt of for some time, a career as a high school history teacher and a football coach. So tonight, some of you will complete your journey, prepared and ready for the next chapter in the story of you. And the others are like me, halfway there. I'll be heading to Murray in the fall to continue preparing to become a teacher. But I will go there being inspired by you, my fellow students, and the faculty here at WKCTC. I'm inspired by students like Holly White and staff member Tessa Brown, who both succeed as students while juggling full-time jobs, sometimes upwards of 60 hours a week. I'm inspired by staff members like Gail Backus, Jenny Herndon, and Tammy Pendergrass, or professors like Carolyn Perry, Pat Blaine, and my mentor Barry Craig, who encouraged me, motivated me, believed in me, and saw in me the potential that I possess to one day teach your children the stories of our history. Each and every one of us who are graduating here tonight has had help along the way in some form or fashion, whether it was financial help, homework help, child care help, or transportation help, whether from a mom or a dad, a husband or a wife, a friend, a family, or faculty member. These people helped us in our journey and are owed a debt of gratitude. If you are one of these loved ones who have contributed to the success of the members of this graduating class, we say thank you for your love and for your support. Now, I would be remiss not to take a moment to thank those who are nearest and dearest to me. My mom, Rosemary, who after 43 years never thought that she would see her only son graduate from college. My father-in-law, George Hackle, who has babysat enough to have now seen every episode ever made of SpongeBob SquarePants. my friends Kent and Catherine Price, Mike and Teresa Cantrell, Jeff and Kelly Whitaker, my pastor Steve and his wife Sean, my cousin Gabby, who surprised me this morning with a knock on the door. She flew in from Buffalo, New York to be here with me tonight. Thank you all for your love, your help, and your support. The beauty and the size of this room does not compare with the amount of love and friendship that you have shown Laura and I, a true reflection of God's love for us. And to my kids, Barrett, Lucas, Samantha, Thayer, and McKenna. They're all here tonight. I love you, and always remember this. The world will move out of the way for anybody who knows where they're going. Finally, I want to thank my lovely bride, Laura, who has been my best friend and partner for 25 years next week. She inspires me every day as a mother, a wife, a friend, and also as a student here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College, who just finished her second semester in the registered nurse program. So that's right. 6 out of the 7 of us Henleys have homework to do almost every single night. That is one cluttered dining room table. You can trust me on that. We have all come a long way in our personal journeys over the past 2 years. But what binds us is the time spent at WKCTC, leading us to become this class of 2013. Let your hopes and your dreams continue to lead you forward to better opportunities for yourself and to the ones that you love. I'd like to leave you tonight with the words of an old Irish blessing. May you have love that never ends, lots of money and lots of friends. Health be yours, whatever you do, and may God send many blessings to you. Good night.
Our next speaker this evening will be Mr. Kevin Quinn. Kevin is a resident of Livingston County and is graduating with an associate degree in applied science information technology with high distinction. Following graduation, Kevin will begin his new career at Genesis Health Technologies as project manager, overseeing such areas as quality control of new devices, inventory control, shipping, and customer service. Mr. Quinn.
Thank you for that warm welcome. Life is a journey you begin without even knowing where it will lead. For me, the journey began when I was 18 and had just graduated Grand Junction High School in Colorado. I spent the summer after school unsuccessfully looking for a job, which led me to a military recruiting office where I joined the U.S. Air Force in 1984. My initial Air Force plan was to spend 4 years in the service, gain some skills repairing airplanes, and then get out. During the first 4 years in service, I met my wife, Brenda, and we had 2 kids, Richard and Rebecca. As the end of my first enlistment approached, I began to consider how I would support my new family as a civilian if I followed my original 4-year plan. The job market outside the military had not improved, so I opted to remain in the Air Force and make it a career. I spent a total of 23 years in the service, working on nearly every type of aircraft the Air Force owned. I worked on everything from massive cargo planes to planes that refueled other planes in flight to supersonic bombers. But by far my favorite was the F-15 fighter. It was the first aircraft in the world that could accelerate going straight up. Every other aircraft would lose speed, even under full power. I not only had the pleasure of working on the F-15 for 11 years, I was also given the honor of breaking the sound barrier in the back seat of one in what's known as an incentive flight. My family and I also got to travel to and live in some incredible places. While living on the Gulf Coast of Florida, we got to see how all the locals deal with college students on spring break. In Oklahoma, we had a car destroyed by grapefruit-sized hail. Of all the places we lived, Alaska was by far our favorite. In the summer, we fished for salmon and halibut and spent weekends camping in 20 hours of daylight. In the winter, we would frequently go downhill skiing as a family. When I retired from the service in 2007, another life journey began with an uncertain ending. At the time, my children, Richard and Rebecca, were still in high school, and I needed a job to support them. I struggled to find work where the skills I attained in the Air Force could be used. The only job I could find was at Walmart in the tire and lube department. I was unhappy working at Walmart, and the pay wasn't adequate to meet my needs. I eventually found a job at Hawker Beechcraft, building business jets. I liked this job since I could use the skills I acquired, and it paid well. Unfortunately, aircraft ownership is a luxury. And when the economy crashed in 2009, a lot of companies sold the jets they already owned. Many other companies canceled their orders for new jets. Because of this, like many other Americans, I was a victim of economic downturn and was laid off. Fortunately, Richard and Rebecca had both graduated high school and had jobs of their own. They weren't dependent on my income for their needs. For the next 2 years, I looked for work, often taking just about any job I could find. I had a few jobs working construction, but none of them seemed to last. The possibility of working with friends brought me to Paducah. Unfortunately, they were having trouble finding enough work to keep their own bills paid. My lack of work gave me a lot of time to spend on my hobbies, my favorite being anything computer related. Most of my friends and family had learned to rely on my computer knowledge and would call when they had computer problems. I was spending a lot of time working on their computers and not getting paid. This got me thinking about going to school to learn the things about computers I couldn't learn on the internet. I wasn't a great student in high school, and that was almost 3 decades ago. So I was more than a little apprehensive about starting college. In the fall of 2011, I summoned all my courage and started the information technology program here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. At the time, I didn't know how I would use my degree after graduation. I just knew I wanted to learn more about computers. I figured a post-graduation plan would come more into focus with each semester I finished. I didn't know if I would stay in the Paducah area after graduation. I've taken a lot of great classes, taught by incredible professors, who I'm sure I'll keep in touch with. I learned far more than I ever expected. I even learned that giving a speech at graduation in front of a crowd isn't really all that scary. I can't see most of you anyway. My favorite class, if you can call it a class, was one that didn't even require any books. It was the internship I had with a new company here in Paducah, Genesis Health Technologies. They just launched a revolutionary blood glucose meter that has a cellular transmitter inside. During my internship, I worked on their web portal and their online database. These work in conjunction with their blood glucose meter to provide real-time glucose logging for diabetics and anyone involved in their care. Genesis offered me a full-time position, so I may be here in Paducah for a while. I didn't know the exact roadmap of any of the journeys I started. I didn't know I would make a career of the Air Force when I enlisted. I just needed a job, and the Air Force sounded exciting. I didn't know I would be employed building multi-million-dollar business jets, or that the economy would take a dramatic downturn and I would lose that job. I didn't know I would have the opportunity to speak at my graduation ceremony or be offered a fantastic job because of college. I just wanted to learn more about computers. Each of these journeys had highs and lows, bumps and turns, even a few crashes. I've always believed that anything I agreed to do, I should do to the best of my ability. That belief and a lot of hard work have garnered me a lot of recognition from friends, coworkers, bosses, and teachers. Even when life's journeys would reach an end, I knew if I worked hard and was open to new things, another opportunity would come along. The education bug has recently bit my wife and kids, and now instead of me being the only family member in school, I'm the only one not in school. My wife just started here at West Kentucky, studying business with a focus in finance. Becky is studying graphic arts in Lexington at Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Richard is pursuing a computer science degree at the University of Alaska in Fairbanks. I may not be a full-time college student anymore, but I know I will never stop learning. When I first joined the Air Force, I completed technical training. I thought that first class was the only one I needed to be able to repair military aircraft. I quickly learned that was just the first of many classes I would attend. Each time I was promoted or demonstrated an ability to learn new skills, I would be sent to more classes. Each new journey brought even more classes. Hawker Beechcraft sent me to a school to learn about the high-tech materials used to build their aircraft. The management at Genesis has already talked about sending me to additional classes after graduation. I'm thankful that graduation won't be the end of my education. Graduation is my opportunity to use what I've learned while searching for more education that can lead to better pay and enrich my life. I didn't know where this current journey would lead when I started school, but I sure am glad I had the courage to begin. I can't wait to see where it goes. Thank you.
The City of Paducah and the college have long had a great partnership. So it is my honor, of course, tonight to introduce our Mayor, Gayle Kaler. Mayor Kaler was elected in November 2012 after having previously served 3 terms as our city commissioner. For 43 years, Mayor Kaler has owned Chantilly's, located at 504-540 North 32nd Street. She has worked in Paducah, and she understands what business needs and has worked tirelessly as a supporter of small business and entrepreneurism. The direction that Kevin Quinn is headed tonight with the Genesis Company. Mayor Kaler was and is a strong advocate of the Paducah School of Art and Design and is a supporter of our community scholarship program. Mayor Kaler has made economic development and downtown revitalization a priority. Mayor Kaler, our partnerships continue, and welcome to our graduation tonight.
Thank you for the honor of addressing the West Kentucky Community and Technical College graduating class of May 2013. I'm honored to be here with Dr. Barbara Veazey, members of the board, platform guests, faculty and staff, and all the parents, friends, and students at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I know that you are excited about your future. You have worked hard to be here tonight. The world awaits you, your ideas, and your passion. An education prepares you for the future, but you alone will be able to create that future. Never believe that it has all been said, that it has all been done. There are new ideas that are waiting to spring forth like a waterfall atop a magnificent mountain. Your hard work is not a guarantee of success. It is a tool that you will use to create success. I want to tell you the story of someone you may know. She lives here in Western Kentucky. She is passionate about her career. She is making a difference, but her life has not been easy. She's used her hard work, her dedication, willpower, and passion to create her success. Here's her story. In 1963, a young couple had 2 boys, age 1 and 2. They wanted a girl, so they decided to try again. And they were thrilled when a beautiful baby girl was born in March 1964. She had a pleasant temperament and began walking when she was about 1 year of age. At 18 months of age, the baby quit walking. Her temperament changed. She became fussy and cried a lot more. The young couple took her to the doctor because one of her knees and the ring finger on her right hand became swollen and red. After numerous tests, the diagnosis was a painful and debilitating disease known as juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. The doctors prepared the couple for the difficulties they were about to encounter. Juvenile rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease that causes the body to attack the lining of the joints. As the joints deteriorate, permanent stiffness and joint deformity occur. There was no cure and very little treatment. The doctors prescribed physical therapy, massive doses of aspirin and steroids, but the disease rapidly progressed and attacked every joint of the little girl's body. The doctor prepared the couple that their daughter may never walk again, may never be able to attend public school, and would need constant care and assistance due to her lack of mobility. Nevertheless, the little girl started first grade in public school in 1970, graduated from high school in 1982. But she often felt isolated by the fact that she had to leave school for physical therapy, for doctor's appointments, and to have corrective surgery. Despite all the attempts to treat the disease and correct the joint damage, her hands were frozen in a fist-like position, and every joint in her body was stiff. She was afraid that she was completely unaccepted by her peers. When she crossed the stage to accept her high school diploma, she received a standing ovation from the 380 classmates that she went to school with. She attended Murray State University, majored in political science with a minor in legal studies, joined Alpha Sigma Alpha sorority, and received numerous academic achievements, including Dean's List, most outstanding student in pre-law. She took a year off and had both her hips replaced, and graduated cum laude in 1987. She was accepted to Chase College of Law and graduated number 13 out of a class of 65 in 1990. She passed the bar on her first attempt and began working for a small law firm in Murray, Kentucky. At that time, the firm did not offer group health insurance, and because of pre-existing conditions, she had trouble. In 1993, her colon ruptured unexpectedly, and it required emergency surgery. She quit her job to move back in with her mother while she recovered. After 2 surgeries, the colon problem was corrected, but then the doctors informed her that she needed to have heart surgery to repair a leaky mitral valve. She underwent surgery that same year, and the following year she began working with Kentucky Legal Aid and at long last was covered by group health insurance. Her story continued in 1997 when she was crossing a street in Benton, Kentucky, and was struck by a van in the dark. It broke her ankle in 3 or 4 places, and she required more surgery. In 1998, right before 1998, when she bought her first house, she still worked for Kentucky Legal Aid, and she does at this day right now, where she represents low-income individuals in civil cases such as divorce, child custody, bankruptcy, and housing, and her work is one of her life's passions. When she bought her house, she told her mother that all she needed to complete the picture was a king-size bed and a man to go in it. In 2001, she found the man for her, or at least they found each other, and they were married in 2002. From time to time, she has health challenges, but her husband is there with her every step of the way, holding her hand, loving her. Life is good, she says, and God is great. I want you to remember her story, not because of the physical struggles that she's had and continues to have to deal with, but because of her strength and her passion. I want her story to fuel your passion and your dedication to your family, your career, and your community. You've already given yourself an education at one of the top-ranked community colleges in the nation. You should be proud of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. The Aspen Institute is pretty special, and they think that West Kentucky Community and Technical College is pretty special too, and so do I. Your education will prepare you for future endeavors. It's a guarantee that your life will take turns that are unexpected, but it's a matter of turning those challenges into opportunities. So be ready and be bold, and remember that you are the most important thing to our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your moving words, Mayor Kaler. Before we confer the degrees, I would like to ask our faculty to stand, please. It is because of their knowledge and commitment to student success that we are here tonight. They share with each graduate the excitement of completion as well as the joy of achievement. Please join me in thanking them. Thank you. At this time, will the graduates please rise? Dr. Veazey, I present the candidates for graduation, and I certify on behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed all of the requirements for their respective credentials. Ladies and gentlemen, as the names of the graduates are read, those with honors are noted in the program. Those wearing gold honor cords are members of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Those wearing blue honor cords reflect student achievement at or above the 75th percentile on the Educational Testing Service Proficiency Profile, which indicates proficiency in general education competencies. Would you please be seated? Those wearing red, white, and blue honor cords are our graduating veterans. Would they please stand? As well as any of those in the audience. Please join me now in thanking them for their valuable service. You may be seated. Now, will the first row of graduates please rise and proceed to the stage? All others may be seated, and I think you all are. Okay. There will be a professional photographer taking pictures as the students receive their credentials. Please refrain from coming to the stage to take any photographs. Following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Arts. Roy Daniel Henley. Trenton Wade Parks. Stephen Paul Weisenberger. Ebony Dismukes. Joelle Elaine Middleman. J. Tajan M. Mitchell. Hannah N. Troutman. Lauren E. Bean. Jonathan Reed. Victoria Marie Peeler. Cassie Lee Walker. Erin Elise Baker. Jonathan T. Futrell. Tracy Beeler Shackleford. Samantha R. Puckett. Caitlin A. Cope. Amber Lee Danielle Douglas. Hannah D. Carroll. Giovanna Dunbar. Carrie Denise Key. Aaron D. Howard. Teddy Sue Black. Caitlin M. Kaufman. Joshua C. Geating. John Boren. Kelsey Brooke Adams. Kelsey Alexandria Duncan. Amber Elizabeth Bass. Ashley Lynn Anderson. Mariah Helena Kuda. David Allen Martin. Elizabeth Nicole Briggs. Kenneth B. Patterson. April Denise Presson. Nathan Lynn Atkins. Joseph Carlton Watkins. Benjamin Douglas Osborne. Elizabeth Lynn Marie Tinsley. Dixie Dawn Sessoms. Chelsea Brantley. Michelle Renee Malkowski. Carissa K. Bagwell. Christina Marie Terrell. Christy L. May. Isaiah Ramad Vinson. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Fine Arts: Alejandra Ray Sissel, Andrew C. Eller, Jr., Margaret Chase Mahoney, Daniel Arguera, the following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Science: Brittany Elizabeth White, Jesse Mallard Culver, Jacqueline D. Lyons, Brittany Danae Boren, the following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Applied Science: Jessie Lynn Tinsley, Holly Nicole Egner, Zachary Joe Trover, Kelly Lauren Halix, Patrick Michael Farmer, Morgan Farah Siebert, Whitney Dale Thompson, Brandy N. Wheeler, Dakota Lynn Durrett, LaCedric DeFree Richardson, Mitchell A. Abel, Justin I. Wilson, Jacob Glenn Moore, James Michael Lucas, Kevin Gerard Reuter, Jr., Stephen E. Cox, Marissa Nicole Walker, Sean Odell Copeland, Rodney A. Crawford, Aaron Ray Lockard, Charles Bradley Smith, Jr., David C. Paulsgrove, Nathan Eugene Tracy, Ashley Nicole Bernard, Caleb Lee Smith, James E. Estes. And James is the first graduate to earn the Associate in Applied Science in Industrial Chemical Technology. Marty L. Cox Bulmer. Justin Todd Matthews. Kristen E. Tenorio. Jeffrey Lynn Abel. Kimberly J. Peck. Amanda Gayle McNeely. Deanne Hicks. Jessica Lauren Goff. Jessica Lee Rizzi. Nicholas Lamar Hayden. Terry Wayne Warmouth. Jared Lee Baumgardner. Philip T. Rowland. Eric T. Ziegler. Chelsea Nicole Pryor. Diana N. Copeland. Patricia Carmen Pierce. Alana C. Miller. Carolina Rose Lamb. Amber N. McAllister. Karen Huber. Brian Michael Mack. Ryan Dale Nelson. Kevin Quinn. Melissa A. Smith. Leah Clark. Christopher A. Wolford. Linda M. Lamb. Jeremy Wayne Egner. Angela Renee Conley. Stephen Bushart. The following graduates will be receiving certificates. John English. Jonathan Dale Williams. Quentin Carn Bailey. Ethan Lauren Champion. Donnie Thomas. William Brock Allen Morris. Victor Arthur Erdahl. William Nicholas Durbin. Michael Lee Raleigh. Gregory William Stufflebeam. Sharon Louise Cook. Sarah D. Cook. Delisha Monique Burks. Diane Elizabeth McClure. Deborah Ann Cash. Venora Carol Crawford. Tomika Malicia Alexander. Kimberly J. Cooper. Jenny Mae L. Pierce. Caleb R. Malone. All right, will the graduates please rise? Madam President, I present the graduating class of 2013.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Kentucky Community and Technical College System and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I hereby pronounce you graduates of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. You may now move your tassel to the left side, and congratulations! this fine-looking group, you may now be seated, and congratulations. This is a great group. All right. Thank you, Roy and Kevin, for sharing your stories. To me, West Kentucky represents the face of America. You each have a story, and many times there is adversity. But you came to our college, you saw it as a place of hope and encouragement, a place of new ideas and skills, and a place to develop your dream. And I hope you found that. Thank you, Mayor Kaler, for your inspiring remarks and for your being with us tonight on our graduation night. Students, your credential tonight means that you have achieved a personal mark of excellence, and it means a mark of achievement, too, for your family and friends who helped you here tonight. So I think it's time to turn and thank them. Thank you. Whatever you choose to do in your professional life, and for all of you in the audience tonight, I hope that you will recognize the community college as the place where you received your start, and you will share with others the role that we have played in your lives and keep it with you as you go forward. I congratulate also the the students from our Commonwealth Community College who graduated tonight with us. This is the first in Kentucky. Those students are taking their junior and senior year on our college campus. It took hard work and, of course, ability for them to walk across that stage tonight, but we had 9 of the Commonwealth Middle College students graduate with us this year. Our faculty have also, as Dr. Payne said, played a large role in your success tonight. And I would like to ask at this time faculty members Paula Arman, Barry Craig, Larry Crane, and Ruth Thompson to please stand. They are retiring this year, and I want us to recognize them for the outstanding work and years that they have led our college. We would not be the premier college that we are today without their work, their leadership, and the commitment that they have made to you as students. I salute each of you, and I thank you. Graduates, we wish you great success, and quite frankly, we're just very proud of you. We hope that you carry the feelings, the aspirations, and the words of encouragement that you have received tonight and make this world a better place. Tonight, we want to share in your celebration with a reception upstairs in the River Room and the Ingram Room. At this time, please stand as James Bennett leads us in singing My Old Kentucky Home, and please remain standing for the recessional.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door, then my old Kentucky home good night. Weep no more, my ladies. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away.
I was hoping you'd leave it. Huh? I was hoping you'd leave it. I'll do the picking up.